Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Mixitup podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. That's the other Nick. And then, guys, what kind of guest we got on this week? We got another guest?
We got another guest. So first off, I want to just welcome Nicky D, to the podcast full time. He did such a great job as our guest last week. We fucking handed him a spot.
Sure.
How do you feel about that, Nick?
I am honored to be here. It was my first time on a podcast, so I'm glad that you guys love me, and I'm honored to be here. And I even dragged my big brother into it now. So
Introduce him.
This is my big brother, Robbie D.
What is going on, podcast world? This is my virgin podcast. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is.
Welcome.
Both these brothers are getting their cherries popped tonight. Look at this. Unbelievable. One last week and the other one this week, man. That's wild. First podcast ever, man. I don't even remember. My first podcast was probably with like Nick and G. I think when I got invited onto your podcast, I don't think I ever got invited to like any other podcast.
I remember my first podcast. Laugh.
You sound like that?
Laugh. You're supposed to laugh. No,
I did, but it just wasn't very loud.
We had that podcast with G, but
why do we always talk so weird when the first time you're on a podcast? I sound like a robot. If I go back and listen to them, I'm like, I sound stupid.
Oh yeah,
like Dill sounded last week.
I did not sound like a freaking robot, or I would not be here. Because
we loved you, man. That's why it was such a good podcast like last week. It was you and only you, Dill.
No.
Not my, not my awesomeness and Nick's charm and not us. It's all about Dill.
It is.
And now we got Rob. So Nick, what topics we got on this week, man? There's a long list, right? Are we gonna get to all of them?
I don't know. We'll see. We got 5 that I'd like to talk about, and one that I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about. So we have the societal awkwardness in which we live in. Okay,
that's my life.
Paul Pierce getting fired for posting strippers on one of his social media accounts like a fucking moron. He's a fucking idiot for that.
He's a champ. Capitalism
and how it blows to some people. I won't mention their names. You'll find out who it blows to. And the divisiveness to which it leads. How quickly viruses mutate in order to survive and why it takes us billions of years to mutate. And pets, are they really seeing stuff when they run around like nut jobs? And are they just asking for your help and you just ignore them? And prices of groceries going up, and I'd imagine other things because of COVID. But,
I can't wait to hear your transitions to all these topics, man. What do you want to start off first?
You become like the transition master.
I say we talk about the societal awkwardness in which we live in because I have a pretty good example of it.
So explain societal awkwardness.
All right. So societal awkwardness, I believe, began a long time ago with the fact that kids are stuck inside with their video games and they don't really know how to live a normal life. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the streets. But anyway.
Julio.
So what happened to me the other day is I went to Chipotle. I put an order in. It said it'd be ready in 5 minutes, and at 5 o'clock, which was 7 minutes from the time that I put it in. And I was like, that's pretty fucking good, right? So I got there at like 5:05, and I don't know if you've been to Chipotle lately, but you have to stay outside. There's no going inside and ordering, only online, and they put your bag at the window. So you go there and you look at your name. So whenever they put another bag there, everybody fucking scurries over and tries to see if they look at their name on all the other bags that have been there for the past 20 minutes, thinking like I did it too, right? Thinking that it changes. It's like when you open your refrigerator, thinking something new fucking appeared in there and it's the same food. But here's the most fucked up thing. This is how people say, that's my bag. They go up to the window and they just point at it. They don't say anything. They don't even like mutter. And then the other guy goes like this. He's back there in the glass window. There's no sound going on. Nobody's talking. And they're just a bunch of fucking mutes. And there's like 10 people around the window. And I'm just sitting there staring. And I called up Dan Camp. And I'm like, Dan, you got to see this scene right now. It's insane. Everybody's like a bunch of mutes around this window. So when it was my turn, I made it a point to be like, Yeah, that's mine right there. The third one in, right? So the guy's like this. He points to the fourth one. I'm like, the third one. And then he gave me my shit. And I was like, this is so weird. It was just such a weird sight to not see anybody talk.
You know what it's like? It's like picking out your murderer in a police lineup.
Yeah.
Like he did it. The fucking third bag on the fucking left.
Right.
All I would like to clarify is Mike just said picking out your murderer in a police line. Insinuating that
Like it's the normal thing.
that you would be dead already.
He did it. He killed me. That's the guy. Maybe just killed me with farts or something, you know? He got arrested for that. He killed the room.
Yeah.
That's a weird fucking thing. But that's what we're coming to with all these fucking like lunches and getting shit to go, man. It's such a weird time.
I mean, the world was getting impersonalized before COVID. It's been for like 20 years. It's been going that way. I think this just is going to speed up everything tremendously. But like Nick, you touched on it. I'm a little bit younger than all you fellers, but like my generation for sure grew up playing video games. Like it makes me angry because I played with a bunch of you guys, but you can't even play co-op or like things together on the same system. The option's like not even there on most games anymore, which is a travesty because that was part of it was like, hey, you're still playing with your friends in person.
Right.
Nowadays, it's you got to play online and you're talking through a headset. You know what the person looks like. You don't know if they're an 80-year-old man. You don't know if they're a 14-year-old girl or vice versa. Anybody where it can in between. But it just depersonalizes everything to up and agree. And like all the kids I work with and people I know, they're all about that. And it's like terrible because you don't even see your friends while you play video games anymore. I don't know. That was big for me, at least. I was a nerd. So if I wasn't playing sports, I was always playing video games with my friends or my brother.
Right. I mean, and I know we don't really get like racy on here, but you did mention two of Mike's two favorite things, 80-year-old men and 14-year-old girls in one sentence.
He's eclectic.
Man. Hey, listen. I got nothing.
But that's besides the point.
It is what it is. Okay.
I don't know. Personally, this awkwardness and what you were talking about, like ordering online and just like the way everything is I feel like I'm kind of thriving in this, and I'm like really like loving it. And
Some
as
people like it.
Shelly, as you would know, before the pandemic even happened, I never wanted to make a food order online. I mean, like over the phone. Never wanted to go to the store, and that's kind of all I'm doing now. Is just everything online. I don't even go shopping. We just order on Amazon Fresh.
Yeah.
I literally don't even leave my house anymore. And you know, you say it's awkwardness, but I kind of like the way it's been.
Yeah, I'm
me personally, but
I'm like the same way. I'm like a little bit of a homebody.
yeah.
So it really didn't affect me like a lot of people. You know, I almost felt like, yeah, well, fucking rest of the world, join the club, man. Like hang out inside for a fucking bit, watch some fucking TV. But then it got to a point where it was just fucking too much, man. Like
No,
I needed the headspace. I needed to get out. I needed to do something. Like, you know, I mean, we got softball season coming soon. I'm looking forward to just be outside for like a night on a nice night instead of like out in like my backyard or going for a walk or being outside like on a patio restaurant. Like, I don't know. It's just like I need more. You know, now I'm starting to crave it again.
Yeah. I mean, but the social aspect of it all, if you really like you don't want to talk to people because you don't want to come out of your comfort zone or your shell. But have you ever been out in public and you talk to a stranger and you feel like really good inside? You're like, ooh, I feel like I'm kind of excited right now, you know? Like I like talking to strangers. You have a little conversation with them, you know, you brighten up your own day and you brighten somebody else's day in a way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like you could have pretty good conversation with people in just 2 sentences worth of
That's weird.
But
That's
right.
I feel that's weird, like going to just talk to a random stranger and have a conversation. But I admire that about you because I see you go out and just do that to random people. I'm like, and I'm looking at you like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to them? They're gonna take you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You hold me, you're like, hold on to my pocket.
Like, yo, watch out for the band, Nick. Like, why are you talking to them? But yeah, like I see your point. Like so yeah, sometimes I just walk by, but yeah, you do. Like now that I've had the dog and I'm taking my dog for like walks like around the neighborhood, I feel like I know everybody now. I never knew anybody like these people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey Mike, what's going on? How's Barkley doing? Oh my God, he's fucking biting everything. Huh? You know, but I start to like talk like little small conversation with like the whole fucking neighborhood. You know, it's pretty crazy, man.
If you ever see Rob by any chance walking in your neighborhood and he starts the line off with the conversation with nice dog, run
No,
immediately.
yeah, just run away. Just run. You don't ever want me to finish that sentence.
Nice dog.
I was gonna say, Nick, to piggyback off what you said, I think it all depends on the person because I didn't know. I had a feeling trainer was gonna say he wasn't about talking to random people. I know my brother is the opposite of me and you like that. He does not like to talk to random people. We've had conversations about this, about not asking how you're doing to people because he doesn't want to talk to them because then they talk to him. So I think it does. Yeah, I think it does all come down to the person and how you are. But like, I don't like ordering things via phone, not because I don't like talking to people, because they get my order wrong and you have to explain it. When I do it online, I can just type it and it goes in all at once and it's nice, neat, and written out and typed. And then I don't get my order wrong almost ever.
Yeah, but I've had multiple times where people have ordered online and their order doesn't come for like an hour and 45 minutes and you call the restaurant like, well, I don't know, you ordered through Grubhub. And then you try to like call Grubhub and they're like, we're close.
You're right about that. I'll give you that. But that's why I prefer it. But like when you go to like then the COVID things, I can't stand it because it just you can't there's just no creating, especially like new friendships, like new relationships and new friends, new like seeing people. It's just a disaster.
Yeah.
And like the kids who are already growing up that were already awkward, they make it worse.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be so much worse.
Just to clarify, not that I'm saying I don't ever want to go outside and ever talk to anyone. I'm talking about like food shopping and stuff like that. Like stuff I don't want to do. Like stuff that you don't want to go outside and do. Like why go to the food store when you could just order online? Why go and order? Why go pick up pizza when they could deliver it to you? That's more what I'm talking about. Not that I don't want to ever go out. During the pandemic, we went on walks, we did this, we did a lot of things, but
So
I
you
don't
never
want
said how you doing to people?
no
So you said how you doing. You've said, hey, how you doing?
to random people.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Never in your life.
Just because you don't want to.
What was the contact? Like, why would I just see someone and say, "How you doing?"
Walking by somebody with your wife
Maybe I like work or something, but I'm not just saying it to a random person.
on a path, on a walkway, you won't just be like,
Hi. Oh yeah, you say hi. Yeah.
Like if you're real close, like or if you
Yeah,
walk
but
into an elevator, like, hey, how
is
you
that
doing?
really? But is that really conversation? You go, "Hi, how you doing?" Good, and then you guys walk away. Like, is it really conversation? No,
like-
when
go on.
You know, it'd be funny if you said how you doing to somebody, and then you were like, I already know the answer. Hold that thought and just walk away.
You're doing dead. You're doing dead.
Hey, how you doing? I know that. I know
It's
you're
like
all right.
it's like a lion sniffing another lion's ass in the woods. You know what I mean? It's just our way of sniffing ass. We're like, hey, what's up?
lions, that's the analogy you're making.
It's very acknowledge. It's an acknowledgement and it's like a respect thing when you're walking by someone and be like, hey, what's up? Hey, you're both normal, good people. Well, for the most part, if you could just say, hey, what's going on? Instead of fucking grilling each other, like, oh, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up?
Wait, I actually have a great example that happened to me at work today. I walked into work today and I had to be in earlier for extenuating circumstances. And like I walked in and we have like security staff and like I waved at one person, I said hello to another, but the third person didn't hear me. They're like, yo, they're supposed to say hello to you when you walk into the room. And he just like grilled me. The other guy goes, he said hello to me. It was a little bit low, but he has a mask on. He said hello.
Yeah.
And the other, and whatever. I went about my day. 6 hours later, the other security staff member came up to me. She goes, hey, I just wanted to apologize for what my team member said about you. Like, you always acknowledge me and our team.
Yeah.
She was like, I just want you to know we don't feel like that. Like, I'm sorry. It made me feel better about my day because they're people I don't have extensive conversations with. Maybe we're on a first name basis only, but acknowledging people's existence, because sometimes people don't get acknowledged in other places. So
Right.
even head nod, hey, how are
Sure.
you? Means a little bit. Can I hold the door for you?
Yeah. Now, speaking of not being able to hear people through masks and holding doors, I'm not transitioning into one of our topics, but I am transitioning into the story that I want to tell you guys right now,
All right, here we
because
go.
it all fucking comes together right now. Ready?
Story time.
So, I just went to the gas station to pick up a couple beers, little Bud Ice 25 ouncer, weird 25, whatever. So I held the door open for a kid. He didn't say thank you to me. I don't care anymore. I used to like want to like slug the guy in the face. I just don't care. You say thank you, good. You say you don't, I don't give a fucking. So I grab my beers and I go up to the counter and I hear this kid like, "Ah, ah, ah," and then I hear him say condoms, and then I hear him say condoms, and then he goes what? And he goes condoms. The fucking guy couldn't hear him with his mask. He's like condom, condom, and then he's screaming condoms, right? So I wanted so bad to just be like, dude, that was like a scene from like Superbad or something like that in a movie. But I didn't say anything to him, only because he didn't thank me for opening the door for him. So I was like, this guy's probably a little douche. So like,
That was all worth it.
it was hilarious. So I wanted to crack up so bad.
Poor fucking guy, man. He needed rubber so bad. He's screaming rubber through his mask.
Was he like a young kid? Like
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
was
want to
like
say it too
probably
loud. Was he nervous?
No, he wasn't there. I don't think he gave a fuck, because then he started like rapping and shit like afterwards. He didn't give a fuck.
That's one of my pet peeves, man. Like
Interesting,
when
that kind
people
of-
don't say nothing. Like
Yeah,
when
I
I hold the
don't-
door open and they don't fucking acknowledge you, I'm like, I hate that. I want to slam the door in their fucking face. I want to make them walk back through it. I
Yeah.
actually I thought about following people to their time they go into their next door, so I could just fucking run ahead of them and just smash it right over their face. It pisses me off so much, man.
This is
Just
why
say thank you.
This is why if you don't go out and you don't leave your house, you never have to deal with any of this. See?
That is true, man.
But what you have to say to yourself is, somebody will make up for this. You know, like somebody's like, oh, thank
I
you
hope
so
so.
much. You know, when somebody really says, oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it.
No, there's no making up for that, Nick. Like, so, you know, the only thing that would make up for that is like the next girl that I hold the door open for me decides she loves me and blows me. That's it. That's the only thing that would make up for that person, that one jackass saying, but I'm not even acknowledging that I held the door open for you. Like
This
a
is
gentleman that I am.
This is real life, Mike, not open doors force.
Well, Mike, I don't know. Did you set me up for a transition here?
I
Because
think I might have.
speaking of, well, I'm
Throwing
not,
him at you.
you know what I'm saying? How about Paul Pierce getting fired for getting strippers?
My hero.
Mike, tell us about this story.
Hey, listen. Poor guy was just playing poker with his friends, having a night out. Guy's married or whatever, you know. Let him have a break for a day just to let some steam out. So he had
He's
two
not
strippers
playing
in the.
anymore, right?
No, he's not playing, but he
What is
works
he
for
doing?
ESPN as like a
Ah.
commentary.
Okay.
So, and he works with this girl, Rachel Nichols. She's like the head anchor on that show. So imagine the awkwardness of him going back there and have to talk to her. So the ESPN just fired him over a video, just him posting it on Instagram. That he had two strippers in the background shaking their ass, you know, twerking, all that bullshit. And then like he was smoking a blunt, you know, just living the life, man, just having a nice relaxed night. But the whole media world, I think they're blowing it out of proportion. Like they're making him be such like a bad guy when a lot of people just do that kind of stuff and hang out or blow off one time a week. If he's doing it every night, then that's a fucking problem. But I mean, you know, I don't think it's that bad.
Well, who says he's not doing it every night? He's just not posting about it. You know, like,
True.
but again, like, you shouldn't just. All he had to do is not post it. Like, if he would have just did it, had a good time, and just don't post. Like, you don't have to post every single moment in your life.
You say
Like,
that, Rob, but people are addicted to that kind of shit where they just have to fucking post it. They just have to do that.
I don't
It's
know.
weird. That's the generation a lot of these people live in.
Paul Pierce is older than us.
That's weird too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like a status thing, and that's the problem. But
Yeah.
if you're doing something somewhat questionable to your own ethics or standards or whatnot, or you don't want other people to know, don't post it. Like at the end of the day, you have control over your own social media.
Maybe
Like
he wanted
people
to get fired.
tag you and things.
But
They
you know, Nick, you know what you said there? You said your ethics. That's your ethics. Paul Pierce's ethics and normal society's ethics are different. You can't say your ethics. You have to say society's ethics.
yes,
So,
your
so
ethics.
if you think it's not right to society's ethics, then you shouldn't post it. He might think it's completely fine and
Okay.
it's not a big deal.
It all depends on the person. There's some people who don't give a shit about society's ethics and they thrive off of that.
Well,
type.
but if you work for ESPN, you need to care.
Yes, but
Yeah.
But that's my point.
no, I understand that, but that's my point is some people do care, some people don't. It depends who you are. If
Right.
you care about your job or you have a type of job like that, then yes, you should care about society's perception. But some people
But is the job supposed to make you that way? Make you something that you're not? Because you have that job, you know, why can't you act like how you want to be?
But you don't
I'm
have to
not
let
breaking
the
any
world
laws.
know about it. You don't have to let the world know about it, though, right? Like you know that you're you're womanizing, right? Yeah, right. Like you said, Rob, you're not breaking any laws. Strippers are completely legal, right? They weren't fucking hookers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's smoking weed, which is legal probably where the fuck he is nowadays, right? In your own fucking house. He didn't do anything illegal, but he's a fucking idiot for doing that.
But it just looks bad.
He's an idiot. You know that you're gonna get fired for that. You look like a womanizer and a drug addict. Right? Those are
It's the same thing with like football players go and post that they're drinking at a party and they got a game the next day. It's the same type of thing, and then they get in trouble.
Right.
So like drinking is legal, but you shouldn't do it at certain times or post about it. It's kind of the same thing. Like if I don't know how
That's society though. Why does society have to be a bunch of pansies? Why can't they just keep it real? Why can't people just keep it real? It seems like it's so fake.
I know.
You know what I mean? Just act. You know, I hate that. It's like you're trying to live up to these expectations that society wants you to be, but you know,
Yeah,
just be real. That's the thing. Like if everybody was just being real, I think it'd probably be better off. But I don't know. What were you guys saying? Nick?
we have to succumb to so many different things, and in 10 years there's probably going to be such weird shit on the fucking TV, like nudity all over the place that little kids are going to fucking see, like it's okay, it's natural and shit like that. Like you have to succumb to certain things, but then like a stripper in the background, like fucking Cardi B's video, which all the kids
ladies work
but
here?
Paul Pierce has a couple, like I'm playing both sides because I could see both sides, you know what I mean? Like I understand why he shouldn't have done that because he's a fucking idiot, but also I don't care that he had strippers. And if you do, then you have no life. You're a fucking moron. Or if you care about Paul Pierce's life, then you have no fucking life yourself. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I could see that too. I can see both sides.
It's just ridiculous. He fucked himself, but get over it and get a hobby or a life, man. These people that fucking care so much about what other people are doing. You know what I mean? And ESPN, who has to worry about their fucking their image. Because of these little fucking scum buckets that are going to be like, Paul Pierce has strippers. What have you done, asshole? What do you do on your free time? I'd love to fucking have a camera and watch what you do.
Right.
But that's the thing, is it wasn't somebody else filmed him. It was a report. It was he did it himself to himself.
Good. And now I'm glad he fucking did it because he's just got balls of fucking steel. And I want to be friends with that fucking guy.
He honestly might not care. He might say, I got enough money anyway. I'll go get another job like Barstool or something. Like,
he could go work. Yeah, he could go work at Bar. See, now on Barstool, he could probably do that no problem, and he probably
would get more views, and they would encourage it.
Right.
My man
encourage it, but
my man Paul Pierce, he probably wanted to get fired. He was like, he turned on some Rage Against the Machine. He's like, yo, fellas, watch this. And he just saw fucking filming. He's like, yo, fuck Disney, fuck ESPN, like fire my ass. And then he did. He got fired. Maybe he wanted to get fired.
Probably still got paid.
Dude, he probably got so much money that he doesn't give a fuck right now. He's on an island probably banging 30 strippers right now anyway. Like, yeah, who cares, guys? Thanks a lot. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Can I say that on the air? Well, but speaking of money,
Bang.
Capitalism. I think three of us probably feel differently than you do.
Who
100% know that. Me and you have talked about this before.
So
are
you,
you talking about?
Nick,
Uh.
capitalism. Nick wants to speak about capitalism today,
See?
Fantastic.
and let's hear your ideas about it. So how it blows to some people, which was you who I alluded to, and how some people like it, and ultimately it does cause divisiveness. Probably the most divisive fucking thing on the planet, right? Even though people think it's color and race, it's fucking money, guys. And if you're blind, if you're that fucking stupid and blind, then you can't see that green wins, baby. Green wins, baby, all day.
That is true.
Go ahead, Nick.
I mean, that's a very vague, but I'll piggyback off what you started with. I've actually had conversations with people and in class and whatnot, and about how at a certain point, money makes color become obsolete.
Yeah.
Which I think just is a good thing in some ways, because it means that it people aren't just blind to everything, but it's also sad because money shouldn't be such a powerful thing. But I know this is where I come off not liking capitalism, because we need money to survive. Everyone should need things. You should have a job. You should be contributing. You need money to survive. My big thing is about how the top of capitalistic society takes way too much and not enough of it comes down anywhere else. And I'm not talking about the top 20%, the top 30%. I'm talking about like the top 1 or less than 1% that controls 80% of the gross national income for like, I don't know, a freaking beyond 1 millionth of the population. It's
So-
that's what I'm talking about. And
So
I know the counter's gonna come before you guys come in, is that they worked hard for their money. They did things and they sacrificed, and a lot of them did. A lot of them did do it through good means, and I'm not saying that, but there's a lot of things where the rich stay richer because they just stop giving back, or they don't pay taxes, or they figure out loopholes and other things to keep their money, and then not even go back to the government. Forget you don't want to give it to other people. I get it, but they just stay richer. And I actually learned in a class about how um welfare of the top shelf with like changing tax laws is actually the biggest type of welfare, because it keeps more of the money in their hands than going back into the systems, like the political systems and the tax systems.
I don't know what the fuck you just said about that word. Could you repeat that and explain that?
So-
Shut your mouth.
The chapter I learned is
The
called
last part, just the last part. I have no idea.
So they wind up giving money to like either politicians or whatever that they campaign for.
Who does? The rich people.
Yeah, rich people. And that winds up getting them tax breaks and whatnot, because them giving $1 million to a politician to make or invoke or produce a law or lobby a law is a lot cheaper than them paying their whatever 25% of their taxes. It's actually like 150% cheaper, and they do it, and they do it gladly, and they lose that million or two, and then they pay nothing in taxes or whatnot, and they make more money on top of what they did. And this is corporate, this is individual, and so on and so forth.
So it just sounds to me that you're just mad that you're not a billionaire.
I don't want to be.
Dill, what you just
Are you
said,
mad?
oh,
You mad, bro?
Yeah, things are going great.
No, I
Yeah,
just,
you
Nick,
just
no,
said-
yeah, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
what you just said has nothing to do with capitalism. People taking tax breaks and taking advantage of the tax code, nothing to do with capitalism.
Doesn't.
That has to do with the U.S. government. That has to do with government. That has nothing to do with capitalism. Capitalism is you make a company, and the government can't interfere with you, and you are allowed to make as much money as you want. Now, if the government decides that they're going to throw in 8,000 tax loops so that you can make that you don't have to get taxed as much, that's not on them. You're going to take advantage of it, just like you would.
Who feeds the politicians the money to get the tax breaks?
The rich.
But
But that's not capital. But that's not capitalism. That's
Yes,
not what
it is.
No, that's
You're
not
exactly proving my point.
It's something that happens because of it, but it's not due to capitalism. If
You
the
are
government
witnessing-
didn't allow it, it wouldn't happen. That's it.
right.
You are
It's
witnessing a
politics.
brothers fight, a fight
Yeah.
between Rob and Dill.
You
This is
get a shot
amazing
at the
to
title.
witness.
It's politics, Nick, that gets in the way.
That's
Right?
what it is.
Right.
It's politics, not capitalism.
You just define capitalism to the fucking T, and it shouldn't have an issue on anything. You should pay your fucking taxes. But he said, if you're gonna find a loophole, Nick, if you made
What
100 million,
capitalism breeds, it's all about making the most amount of money, not doing how you're supposed to do it.
Nick, you don't try to make the most amount of money and get tax credits and get tax benefits?
No,
No?
pay my taxes how I'm supposed to.
Yeah,
but-
and when you go to your accountant tries to find all the loopholes and get you the
don't
best possible tax breaks.
I use TurboTax. There's no count.
What do you think TurboTax is?
Yeah, they do. Am I not paying the right amount of taxes?
Yeah, but due to whatever tax breaks there are.
I understand.
It's
I'm
just when you're
talking about
richer, there's
people
more tax
making
breaks.
$100 billion paying no taxes.
Bob.
Nothing.
Bob had bits too.
Nothing. This is not individuals too. It's corporations, $1 billion corporations.
I think we could all agree that they should pay their fair fucking share of taxes.
I agree with that.
But-
100%.
But Rob,
The problem.
I agree 100%.
but what Rob is saying is, if somebody gives you an option to pay 15% as opposed to 30, and it's legal, then why are you going to pay the 30? So it has nothing to do with capitalism. I know you're saying, oh, it's funded by this, that, and the other thing, but if I don't know, it's politics. If the politicians fucking said we're not taking kickbacks anymore,
So yeah, then they don't get elected, and they have no campaigns.
they didn't get elected. They do get elected. They get elected by people that fucking want them in fucking office. It should go back to the basics. Nick, I understand. I'm not being naive. I'm not a fucking moron. But if you want to go back to the fucking basics, it shouldn't be based upon whoever's fucking richer and has the better marketing fucking
I
plan.
got it, but that's what capitalism breeds. At its simplest, capitalism is make the most money you can and retain that money, retain that wealth. That's what capitalism
Why
breeds.
wouldn't you want to retain it? Why wouldn't you want to
Right.
make money so your fucking kids can be happy and their grandkids can be happy? Why would I give a fuck about saying, take all my money? I just made $1 billion. Take all of it.
I'm not telling you to take all of it. If you earn your money, that's fine. My point is, it should be coming back in the appropriate
You
channel.
know, and we agree. We all agree that people
I
should
understand, but
tax appropriately.
nothing actually happens about it. That's the
Because
problem.
we can't change it. Even if we all agree, we still can't fucking change it.
We could try.
Shut your mouth.
Someone needs to go in office that is going to go against that and change it.
Yes, and what
And
happens
who's gonna do that?
I'll
is
do
they
it.
get
Hills.
paid out, or they get submerged, or they get squashed, or they get a scandal or something else because the people who have the money silence them. That's what I'm trying to say. It's bigger than just the direct things. I understand what you're saying. They made these laws. They lobbied for these laws. They went through the correct channels to do it. Doesn't mean it's right. And it doesn't mean it should stay that way. I'm sorry. I understand. I think differently than most humans. I'm not super motivated by money. I need to work. I want to raise a family. I want to make money. But I don't think I ever want $1 billion. I don't. Because I know, and I've studied that, and I talked to Nick about this, that there's like a Goldilocks zone in that once you reach a certain amount of money and go over it, your standard of life, like happiness of life, quality of life, actually deteriorates faster than being poorer because you have so much you don't know what to freaking do with yourself anymore.
Yeah,
That's like actually like proven scientific, like by research studies. Like that's not just me talking off my ass. But that's just me. I understand I'm the minority. But now go everything. Dash
I
me.
think I'd be pretty happy with $1 billion. I'd find something to do.
Flippers.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay home and lick my nipples all day if I could. I can't even reach them anymore. I used to be able
You can remove a rib with that billion.
to. Pretty sure I could remove it right now if I wanted to. But yeah. So what the hell are we talking about?
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Capitalism. So we all agree on it. Personally, I don't really. It doesn't bother me that much. Like whenever the tax thing comes up, and I'm like, yeah, they should pay their taxes. Like, does it make any sense? Do I really give a fuck that much? I really don't give a shit. because it won't really affect my life anyway. It's what is it going to do? Create another fucking basketball court around my house? I don't play basketball anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to play basketball, but I don't do it. Nick, stop
that's a good
shaking your
reason.
head.
Listen,
I
the
understand.
only way it could be fixed is if you just there's no loopholes in the tax system. You know, you're in a certain whatever your income is, put you in a certain tax bracket and you pay that, no loopholes. But it will never pass. And I know and I understand what you're saying. It's because the rich people are funding it. But what do you do? There's nothing to be done.
No, you have to change the system.
Which
And
is-
I'm not
all
saying
right, but this is my question now. What's better than capitalism?
Communism, clearly.
absolutely not. We've
100%.
also never seen a true communist state, so that's also mythical. Nikolai Lenin and Karl Marx's communist states never actually came to be.
But
If they
isn't
did
communism,
in theory,
in theory,
In
communism.
theory, it is.
right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I don't-
theories.
I
Big
think
Bang theory.
I think communism is a little too extreme. I would like to see a quasi-socialist capitalist economy. Like I don't want unbridled socialism. Unbridled socialism in theory works fantastically again, but in reality we know it doesn't. But you need to have a little more socialist control, but you need to have some capitalists to motivate people. I agree with that. Like I'm not crazy. I'm not one side like, oh my god, socialism's the answer. Like we need universal health care and whatever. I think universal health care would be great.
But,
But if you can afford something better, it's also good. But everyone should still be getting basic rights.
Nick, you know what's
You
gonna
understand the hybrids. I like hybrids. I don't work in black and white, even though I'm wearing a black and white shirt because I like my.
you know what's gonna happen? It's just gonna be even worse than it is now because you're gonna have those capitalists. If you're saying quasi, the government is gonna step in for certain things. The rich people that are from the capitalism are just gonna fund them to make it more better in their interest.
More better.
Huh?
Make it more better.
More better. So it actually is gonna be worse.
Yeah, well, the problem is we need to depend on people to have integrity. And
Yeah.
I've said many times, people are selfish inherently.
How about everybody stops depending on other people to do things for them, and they make their own fucking life.
You make your own fucking corn.
Make your own fucking bones. Why do you have to worry about what the government's doing or this, that, and the other thing? It's like, and you can't give me the bullshit like certain people are down here and certain people are up here, because certain people who are up here used to be fucking down here, man. So why
Not
can't
all.
that fucking person said, I'm not banking on anybody to do anything for me. I'm gonna fucking go get it. Because we're all fucking human beings. Some people are smarter, yeah. Some people are fucking born into better fucking things. But you still have the ability to fucking rise up through it. So if you're gonna sit there and fucking worry about the government and the fucking 1% giving you taxes to fucking live, then you're not doing it fucking right. Everybody goes to fucking school. You can go to public school. You can make of it what you fucking want to. You can either get an education or you can't. Nick, what are you shaking your head about?
Because education is the biggest crock too.
Okay, what do you mean? You got YouTube? You could fucking study anything with this fucking phone, but everybody wants to go on here and fucking look at porn and fucking play video games all fucking day. Go on here and learn something.
Right.
You don't need your fucking teacher. I learned so much on this fucking phone that I more than I ever fucking learned on anything that I got from school.
Stop talking about Trainer. He's on here. We know what he does with his phone.
I was going to. Let's be real.
Everybody watch it. It's just you have to set your limits, you know?
I'm watching porn right now while I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like if you watch too much, then you contribute nothing to society. You don't learn a fucking thing. Yeah,
Right.
YouTube, dude. YouTube, I've learned how to fucking fix sinks, toilets,
Right.
shower, you know what I mean? Like tile fucking shit. Like I just fucking look it up on YouTube, like, and then you learn, man. It's fucking crazy. I wish I had that access when I was a fucking little kid.
Right.
Now everybody's a fucking genius walking around with a computer on their fucking hands.
Absolute geniuses, and nobody fucking does anything with it.
Nah, they're just too stupid and worn down.
Let me download this game and play this game.
Right. You see Kim Kardashian's ass on Instagram? Oh my God, I have to like it. Like it's just,
Fuck,
it's
man.
too good. There's a lot of too consuming bullshit that just keep people down.
I hate reality TV.
So you think, Nick,
I love
you think that the politics and capitalism needs to change? Basically, like say like a virus changes, like it mutates, right?
Oh man, beautiful.
Yo, Nick, if I could kiss you right now,
It mutates to survive very quickly, right? But all right, that was a good transition.
that was a good transition because our society needs to mutate just like viruses do.
Right.
You
So
just-
virus,
You
can
just
change.
trannied the whole thing, man. You trannied that.
I trannied it.
Hashtag tranny.
When you hit a transition, you trannied that.
Tranny, get out.
Tell me about Florida.
All right. So this was what blows my mind a lot of times. The fact that certain organisms and like species and fucking all that shit all have different like functions and different abilities. But from the simplest forms, viruses that we can't even see with our fucking naked eye, they have such fucking innate abilities to change like that, right? In order to survive. Because, oh my God, I'm killing my host. I have to change and become a little weaker. Or shit, maybe we're coming stronger and we're going to kill you guys even fucking harder, which is pretty stupid because then you won't survive. But like that, in that fucking short of an instance, right? We've seen COVID fucking mutate into fucking multiple different, like, what's the word?
Variants.
Marion,
What is it?
Trans-
Right. But it takes a human being a million years to even like, we used to have an appendix. It doesn't work anymore. It used to work, right? Like, are we going to grow 6 fingers or are we going to lose our pinkies? Because you don't really use your fucking pinky that much, right? It's very fucking useless unless you're playing the fucking piano. You don't need it, right? So, but it takes us so long to adapt, for instance. You get a new job. How long does it take for you to settle in? Probably like a couple weeks at least, right? And habits, it says it's proven like 86 days to build a new habit, okay? It takes a virus like fucking 3.2 seconds to be like, yeah, I'm changing. And it's the simplest fucking form of like life. Why? And we're supposedly the smartest creatures on the fucking planet, right? And we don't use any of our abilities to fucking do anything. We'll wake up, I'm gonna go to work today. I'm gonna go home and drink more beer. I want to change, but I'm not gonna, man. I'm gonna drink some more beer. Is it because of this? Is it because of all the things that we've been dulled down to? Do we have the ability to change and become fucking superhuman? And they've just crushed our fucking brains and our abilities. Go.
Maybe that is. Maybe they're trying to keep us down. Whoever it is, the powers that be, keeping us dulled down, so we don't start a revolution, so we don't figure it out. Maybe that's what it is. Got to figure that one out.
Go on, Nick.
No, because this is the exact inverse of what we were just arguing about.
What?
Capitalism's good, but the powers that be keep us down. Who do you think it is? The money controls the world. So if the powers that be are keeping you down, it's the people who have all the fucking money that you don't want to take any from. So, but that's erroneous. Well, it's not erroneous, but it makes sense.
Erroneous on all accounts.
No, it connects.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
but in terms of like mutations with viruses and whatnot, I'm not friggin' biochem major, but all I do remember learning about it is that the more simpler an organism, creature, or pathogen is, the more easily it can change its DNA and modify.
Yeah.
The reason it takes us not even millennia, like million years to like change is because we have come so far and we're so complex. We don't seem like it, but our brain's stronger than any computer ever will be, at least somewhat soon. And our body is ridiculous too.
All right, but
Yeah.
do we don't have we have the capability.
To mutate?
Oh, 100%, man. I'm not talking about like I'm gonna grow a fucking tail tomorrow, but you have the ability to change whatever the fuck you want. And maybe listen, a single-celled organism, right? Is that a virus? Is that a single-celled organism?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
All right, but we have trillions of cells in our body, and a fucking apparently a way more powerful brain, or is it more powerful? Is the brain in quotations that's in a virus more powerful because it's just that one organism, and it has maybe it has the same powerful brain as us. We don't know what certain things are capable of, really. What organelles are fucking in that virus, right? And it can control it.
But it's not like sentient thought.
Yeah, but sentient is fucking just something that we've created in our minds, thinking that we are the most sentient creature. What if there's something that's more powerful than sentientism or whatever the fuck?
I'm gonna say no. This is what I think it is. We live for how many years? On average, 70 years. A single cell organism lives for how long? A day? 2 days? It's not longer than a week or two or whatever it is. So they basically mass produce, and they mutate a lot quicker than us because their turnover is only 2 weeks. Ours is every 70 years.
Okay.
That is what I think it mostly is. It's due to the length of how long they live.
All right, but what about our cells in our body? How quickly do our cells look? I'm scraping cells off right now, and then tomorrow they're gonna be back, right?
But cancer is basically a mutation. It's
All right, so why can't we?
overgrowth of cells?
So why can't we mutate in a positive fucking way? If over your fucking lifetime you can transform your body to fucking kill itself, why can't you transform it to fucking become super fucking human? Why can't it be an inverse of it?
I mean, there could be. Obviously, no one's discovered it.
Yeah, but it's probably indulge in the best fucking possible things on the planet instead of the worst possible fucking things on the planet, which we all do, right? And become super fucking human.
Like the recluses that live up in the mountains, like only indulging in the best air and clean water and like nature's foods. Why don't they mutate into this magnificent angelic creature?
Maybe they do mentally. They definitely don't die of the same diseases that we are, because there's a study showing that people from Alaska, like the native Alaskans or whatever, I think it was Alaska, or some Indian tribe, I think it was Alaska, came to the United States and they developed cancer at an alarming fucking rates when they came here. So whatever it is that we're eating and fucking absorbing is killing us, obviously. We all fucking know that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what is it? Pollution is a thing.
Yeah, pollution, fucking microwaves, fucking X-rays, gamma rays, fucking radio waves. We act like radio. Yeah, these fucking things, like radio waves. Every wave fucking does something to it, and they're flowing through us constantly, right? Like
all the crap you eat, all the ding dongs and ring dings that you throw down your face. Of course, you're gonna get sick. It's not gonna be healthy for you. Hostess, they're the worst people on earth. They're hostess is trying to kill us.
Hostess with the hostess.
God, I love Twinkies.
You know, have a Twinkie, you know, and diabetes.
It says they survived through nuclear, zombie apocalypses.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, has anyone ever seen the movie Eurovision with Will Ferrell? I know it's a complete tangent.
This house is a prison.
Yeah,
Eurovision? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. It is horrible, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because they sing the song "Ding Dong."
Yeah,
that Nick's eating right now all the time in apparently whatever country he's from. That's why I'm laughing to myself. Sorry, continue.
Where'd you get that ding dong anyway? Gas station?
I got it.
Is that a gas station ding dong?
Oh yeah.
That's the worst kind of ding dong.
I'm gonna eat it tomorrow morning for breakfast with a shot of whiskey.
what's the name of the company? Fostis?
Hostess with the mostest.
Oh,
Yes,
You're supposed to go to the supermarket like a human and buy ding dongs, not a fucking
no, I
gas station.
thought it was Amazon Fresh.
Or Amazon Fresh. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Get
Guys,
those ding dongs in 2 days.
I ordered one time online for my groceries and I got rotten fucking fruit and fucking vegetables. They don't give a fuck what they give you. When I go to Stop and Shop, I'm like this. I look at every piece of fruit like this. And then I put it back. I'm like, I'm the guy that touches every piece of fucking fruit before they get the best one.
Everyone Corona.
Those guys don't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly.
You're the COVID spreader.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I was doing that too. I was at Apple Farm in Elmsford, New York, man. I was buying a whole bunch of like fucking apples, bananas. I was touching everything. I make sure like I get the right fruit.
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it, you know.
Just shut up.
But I wash my hands.
You think people are watching you while you do that?
Like I don't know. Like, are you supposed to do it now? Like, did they make rules where you're not supposed to touch fruit? You're just supposed to like grab the first one and take it, whatever you grab.
I mean, if you're gonna go inspecting, just wear gloves.
The only thing I do go get is fruit. I have like that fruit store up.
Okay.
Plus,
I didn't
and
have.
I actually do go, and yeah, I don't see any signs about don't touch
The fruit.
Yeah, don't touch the fruit.
You got to sit there with your magic hands and try to make them fall.
Magic fingers.
I didn't have any gloves, so like the plastic bags that you take off the
Things
thing.
like that.
So I put my hands in both those plastic bags, and I was grabbing the fruits and throwing it into the third plastic bag, so I could leave the apple farm with.
I used to do that when coronavirus first started. I would just take plastic bags and touch everything and weird shit.
I'm bored and horny.
Whatever. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like today I was driving and I was like, I reached up on my visor and I was like, oh, my man, I got my mask up there, my trusty old mask. Like that's just gonna be life now. I got my trusty mask, got my 6-shooter. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go shopping. That's what life is now. We used to fucking like in the Asian countries they used to wear masks, or and you see them in Manhattan they were wearing masks and you're like, what are these fucking Asians wearing masks for, right? And now we're wearing masks still.
Yeah, to me, man, like seeing a woman's like mouth and nose, it's the new TNA for me. Like I'm like, oh my god, you see her mouth was open and her nose was pointing out. Like I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm in love.
I will go till you tell me to stop.
It's better than TNA's, man. It changed. The world has changed. They took TNA's.
I'll make it feel really good for
Do
you.
you feel like you could tell what a person looks like under their mask?
No, absolutely.
I love to guess though. It's such a fun game.
You
I'm like,
gotta run the scenarios through the head.
Sometimes I'm like, yo, my god, she's got to be so beautiful. But other times I'm like, oh, she's probably a monster. Under that thing.
You're like, oh man, hey, sweetheart, and it's like the guy pulls his mask. I'm like, I'm a dude, man.
It's like large said you.
Have beautiful eyes, but they could have a friggin' like Cruella the witch fucking nose or something.
Cruella the witch, who's that? Who made that person up?
The Woodford's starting to hit hard right now. We were supposed to start this at 9:30 and started a little late.
That's all right. Well, I guess if we were talking about groceries, right? And that is a topic, so we'll go on to that. Groceries, they have risen due to COVID, apparently. So, and it doesn't seem like they're going to go down anymore. So here's a quote I want to give you guys, actually. And it's funny that my notebook's right here. Ready? And I quote, a pound of bacon in January 2020 was $4.72. And by last month, the price had soared to $5.11. It's a fucking 39-cent soar.
Soared.
Like, yeah, that's big and stuff, but like still $4.72, it should be $2 for a pound of bacon. It shouldn't be any of those prices, right?
Outrageous.
That's a different story.
Yeah, everything's going up and shit. And it's probably not going to go down. Because think of a slice of piece of fucking pizza, right? Cheese went up a little bit. So pizza went from $1.25 when I was fucking 13, and now it's $4.50 for a regular
plain slice.
Right? All because the cheese went up probably by 10%. Now the pizza fucking quadrupled.
Get like a lasagna slice for $4.75.
I went to a pizzeria and got a white slice the other day for over $5. I wanted to it was an Armonk though, so I got Armonk. Right. You shouldn't be able to take your girlfriend out for slices of pizza and spend over $20. It should be fucking $12 tops with drinks. And you feel like, we went out. 30, like $25 for a few slices of pizza and some drinks.
I know, but how do you think my dad felt? He used to tell me the story how he used to get 2 slices of pizza, a soda, and a bag of chips for 75 cents.
I remember like $6
and a gallon of gas.
$6, $7 I remember when I was a kid.
What, Mike?
$6 to $7 when I was a kid. Give her a couple slices and a drink. Like
$6
to $7.
It was $1.25 for a slice, $3, and then $1 for a drink, $4.
Oh yeah, maybe it was $4.
I'm not good at math.
I remember being like real cheap, like compared to like this.
Yeah,
way too much money.
70s crazy.
What did we used to go when we used to go to Grace Papayas back in the day?
Yeah.
It was $2.50 for fucking 2 hot dogs and a papaya drink.
$2.50 or $3? Yeah, it's like $3 or something like that.
Like $3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can't even get a hot dog. You can't even get a hot dog for $3 anywhere.
Well, yeah, there's a good place on Central Avenue. The hot dog truck, $10. You get 3 hot dogs of your choice. You can get chili cheese dogs. They give you a soda and they give you a fucking bag of chips or cookies for $10.
Yeah, well, you want to talk about carcinogens and cancer? Hot dogs are probably a leading cause with French
You want to
fries.
talk about delicious?
Are
Hot dogs are one of those things you get once in a while, and you just and you love it, and you don't think about what's in it. And that's
I thought you were gonna say hot dogs and natural casings over a hot open roasted fire.
well, that is the best.
Uncircumcised hot dogs, baby.
Free
But
hot
Mark,
dogs.
just to go back to what you were saying, I actually read an article about like why the prices went up during COVID, and there's 3 reasons. I'm not sure if I'm going to remember them all. One,
Make it up.
I'll make them up if I don't remember.
If you
One-
don't remember, I'll make it up for you.
Wait. How about you do this, Rob? Pick 2 that you remember, and then make one up, and we have to choose which one's fake.
All right. So the first one is basically just
I can tell you're lying already from your eyes.
All right. Yeah, you fucked it. Yeah, I'll take that one. Number 1.
Yeah, I'll take A.
A.
Is just due to people being home more than they were before. So supply and demand, basically. You're not
Right.
going out, people are not having lunch at school, they're not having lunch at work. So supermarket prices are going up because more people were just buying at the local supermarket instead of buying food out and
Pre-made food.
Yeah.
pre-made from work and stuff like that. Another one was supply and demand. I think
You
that's
just said supply and demand.
Yeah, but I
thought
think
it was
that
number one
means
of them.
availability due to COVID closures and restrictions and such.
that was another one. Yes. So basically, like meat like pork, veal, chicken, they all skyrocketed due to COVID shutting down factories where they were made.
Okay.
So that's another reason why stuff is skyrocketed. And the other one is due to the official fan club of Juventus, that they are really, really, really against COVID.
I believe it.
I believe that one. That's very
I
true.
definitely think the second one was a lie.
So I got to ask you something, because me and economics never got along. I fucking think economics is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Stop.
Supply and demand is the dumbest thing on the fucking face of the earth to me, because you have the same supply, okay, and now okay, now we need more of it, so the price goes up.
Well,
And that makes sense.
No. The
Yeah.
problem is at that current moment, because demand is up and you can't increase the supply.
Why does the price have to go up?
Because it
Because you
dissuades
can't,
people
because
from
then you're not
buying.
going to have any, right? So then
Right.
you're not going to have any. You're going
Right.
to go out of stock. So
Right.
you raise the price so
No.
you keep the same amount of supply.
No.
Yes, that's
No.
how it works.
Give me a real reason that's not based on the theory of economics why your price has to go up. Because you're selling more than you ever had. You're not losing anything. You're making the same amount of product that you can make, selling probably all of it now because the supply's up. Why does your fucking price have to go up? It's to price gouge and fuck
A
people.
higher commodity.
No, you guys are looking at it like fucking
No,
fucking
if you want something more and you can jack it up and people will still buy it, why wouldn't you? That's
All right,
capitalism, baby.
All right, capitalism. All right, capitalism.
Economics.
All right, capitalism, Nick.
It is, but that's how it works. That's supply and demand. If the demand is so high, you raise the price to such a high level that people still buy it. Once people start to stop buying that demand, the price then will have to come back down. But till you do, fucking, like you said, what's the term you used? Gouge the shit out of them.
Nick,
I don't believe in gouging the shit out of anybody. I'm talking about people not paying their fucking taxes. I don't give a fuck if they pay their taxes. I'm talking about why would you be able to gouge Nick, the taxes that the billionaires paying has no effect on your fucking life, okay? But the bacon that you're fucking not paying, that you have to pay fucking $1 extra for, it does have an effect on your life.
I agree with you. My point is that's how capitalism works. They're trying to make the most.
not capitalism, it's
They're
economics.
paying.
It's different.
What do you mean?
No,
different.
it's a bullshit
Just
mathematical
do that.
fucking formula. It's a bullshit mathematical formula to fucking prove like, oh, I can raise my prices now. To fuck you.
Tell you, huh? I'm gonna
Yeah.
lay it down right. I'm gonna lay it down to something I think everyone can understand. Remember when Uber would jack up their prices when there was a certain event going on?
Should be illegal.
No, they do that because there's no way they can get an Uber for everyone, right? That wants.
So everybody doesn't get the Uber.
So what they do is they raise the prices. So then people are gonna go, oh, that's too expensive. I'm not gonna take it. But then the people that do pay that amount, and then Uber makes a lot more money.
You'll lose me on that because
But why not?
that's
It's
not
about
fucking
making
right.
money. I don't
That's
understand why
not-
you're having such a hard time understanding that.
So basically, you taking the same amount of people home, but you're just fucking increasing your profits because there's so many people that need a ride home.
Right.
Taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's not right.
That's
That's
supply and
not right.
demand.
That's not fucking
It's like-
right.
Supply and demand, taking advantage of people.
Not
To me,
right.
it's price gouging. You know, that's
It
what I
is
think. It is.
right. No one's going to argue with you that it's right, but they're going to say if we have the demand, we'll jack up the price until the demand is satisfied.
And then the demand lowers, right? And now you got your perfect bar form, you know, that stupid supply and demand X, then it's the right number.
It's
But
all
you're
bullshit.
right, Nick. I understand why you're upset and what you're talking about, but that's how it works. Everyone's trying to make the most money.
Yeah.
It's not right, and that affects us on an individual level. The everyday person has to have groceries and whatnot, but that's unfortunately how it works.
But it's the same thing with gasoline. Whenever they find whenever something like, oh, you know, now we're not the pipeline got shut down. How much has gas gone up now? 50 cents in the last month, because now we don't have as much supply, so they got to raise the price. So what does that mean? You know what? Maybe some people are going to say, you know what? I'm not going to go on my vacation down to Florida now because gas is that much more expensive.
Right,
But that's basically all it is.
but have any gas stations that you know run out of gas?
No.
So then where's the supply where's the supply that got limited exactly?
There's a
People
whole,
aren't
like you said, there's a
driving
whole
around for
formula
fun.
behind it.
What?
People aren't driving around for fun. People aren't traveling in a car. You're going to go take public transportation.
Hold on, wait, guys. Can we pause this podcast? I want to go drive around for fun real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back.
You didn't the first couple
Everybody
of days
drive
of
around
spring,
for fun tonight.
the first couple of days of spring, you didn't go out in your car with the fucking windows open and drive around or during the day.
One,
I drive around with my
Yeah.
pants off and my nuts flopping out the window every fucking day for fun. You think the gas going up to $3.09 isn't gonna make me is gonna deter me from flying around with my balls hanging out the window? The gas fucking 5 years ago was fucking like $4.50 or some shit. That's fucking a high gas. $3 means nothing to me in fucking gas. People think it's going up. That's just an average gas price nowadays. Yeah, having it at like $2.29 a little while ago was really nice and
$2
beautiful.
for like the last 4 years.
Okay, but $3 isn't that fucking high.
I know.
It's really not.
Have a fucking huge SUV.
It's not that bad.
You
But
got
Rob,
a $30 gallon tank.
Rob, weren't you telling me?
$20 gallon tank.
Weren't you telling me when you first started driving, you were like 17, gas is like 125?
It was something like that. It was like 125. Yeah.
I've
Never
never
been
even
a
seen the
dollar.
one.
Everything's $1.25 the gallon. The price.
Pizza.
Tennis balls are $1.25. Hookers were $1.25.
Butter.
145 a pound.
$1.25 a pound.
Fuck
We're
25.
getting canceled for that one. We fucked up.
Oh, canceled.
The title's $1.25.
Yes.
Ding dogs are definitely $1.25.
Yeah.
Dogs are 125 is the title of this episode.
Buck and a quarter. Oh shit.
We need a segue. We kind of lost the plot.
Well, we only have one more topic, so we haven't touched on anything that could segue into it. So we got to keep talking.
Keep trucking. Keep
Uh,
plowing through.
I want a Twinkie now. That's the problem.
All right, so I'm just gonna say. I guess I'll just segue into this fucking one because this was something that actually so. All right, the last topic is pets or animals. Are they really seeing stuff when they're running around your house like lunatics, or they're scratching at your door in the middle of the night and they want to come lay on you? Is it because there's a fucking psychotic ghost or demon coming after them, and they're like, "Let me in, let me in."
Nope.
And you're just ignoring them, yelling at, "Leave me the fuck alone!" But there's
Nope.
a demon outside.
It's just your cat. Your cat's possessed by
I
a
was gonna
fucking
say,
demon.
yeah, your cat's just insane.
No, but
Everybody else's animal is fine. Like they don't see no ghosts.
this is why I thought it the other day. I'm in my kitchen and I'm eating something, and Pastina, my cat, Rob's cat too, even though Rob, like, he's a delinquent father. He fucking
Wow.
he never pays child support. Daddy Robbie fucking never shows any love to Pastini. So Pastina's in front of me, and out of the corner of my eye, like right over here, it's not like something that was like, oh my god, it's a ghost. I saw something flicker over there. Could have been a light. But Pastina wasn't even looking over there, and she goes like this. As soon as I saw it, right? And I was like, did I just see something that just went by? Maybe I caught something like in another fucking world or dimension, right? So that's why I thought of this topic. But I was like, we know that animals see things, right? They say that they look up and they see different fucking things. So it's like, that's what just kind of like came out to me. Like sometimes your animal really wants to come close to you, and like hug you and shit like that. Are they getting chased around by other ghosts? Cat ghost, dog ghost, human ghost? I don't know.
Could it be like a squirrel or fucking like a
That
fish?
squirrel.
Like a fish out of water that just survives and it's haunting your fucking pet and shit, Like it could be. Like I'm telling you, man, maybe like people got possessed before. Like that's written as fact. Why can't animals get possessed? Why not?
Raven.
Man, and yeah, anything you get bad, technically get possessed.
You better fucking like put down that cat, Nick.
Pastina's not possessed. I'm just saying maybe she's running away from her demons.
Hey, Nick, I got the segue.
What?
Dogs are getting possessed because the price of bacon has got up, so they can't afford their begging strips anymore.
Bang. Right there.
Nick, stick to what you're good at, man.
There it is.
Don't try to become the
We're talking
segue
about
master.
dog treats now.
This is the first time as a co-host on the show. Just know your place.
Barkley woke up. He heard bacon strips. He's like, yo. Like, what?
Begging strips.
Nick, know your place. Go get me another beer.
I know.
Barkley just
sometimes-
subscribed to the
I
podcast.
know sometimes Bam jumps on our head in the middle of the night for like no apparent reason. I don't know if she's just an asshole or if she's just like, or if she saw something. Like,
I mean,
I
they
don't
do
know.
dream, that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, I definitely heard her sometimes. She like you see her like going like this, like she's like running and she's like crying, like and she's sleeping.
Because the animal shelter's coming after her in her dream. They're coming after her with her fucking dick. They're coming at you, motherfucker. What else could they be dreaming about? Getting attacked
Getting
by
neutered.
a fucking
You go
raccoon?
with that bowl of food, like I don't know, like
Getting neutered. That's probably the worst one. That's when they have the real nightmares.
that is nightmares.
Getting
When
fixed, of course, man.
When Pastina starts freaking out in the middle of the night, I put a pen and paper in front of her, but like write it down though. If you can't take it, write it at least. To this day, she still hasn't written shit.
No, she wrote a whole bunch of stuff. It just says meow on every fucking page.
What can they be dreaming about?
Catnip.
Yeah, probably like
Little
They're
bowls
having
of fur.
nightmares. They're having nightmares though.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
you
are.
never come home.
And then I'm just like, I'm here, Pastina, I'm here.
Like I guess like they're just like any other.
I mean, they're like any other animal. They're afraid of death. They're afraid of getting hurt. They
Yeah.
understand pain,
Or
loneliness.
Getting abducted by another family.
that's true.
That's probably what it is.
I mean, there's a poor dog that's afraid of Mike Trainer right now that has no choice. So
My dog loves me. We fight all the time. It's great.
wait, Nick, I'm gonna leave you a giant breadcrumb trail here.
Uh-oh.
we all know cats in ancient Egypt were regarded as like holy creatures and had the ability of foresight and intelligence and were nocturnal, worshipped as gods and whatnot. What happens if animals, especially cats, could see through the plane that you talk about and they can see into the other dimension or the astral plane and they could see things that we can't, literally viscerally?
Well, I mean, you don't believe in the astral plane, so I don't even know how to answer this question.
Oh,
I don't, but it doesn't mean they can't.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying. I'm giving you a topic. Maybe they can. Maybe animals can. But the problem is they can't type. They can't tell us. They can't talk.
Right.
How would we know?
I mean,
You can see shadows. Like you guys watch Lord of the Rings. When you put on the ring, you see everything in that gray, white, like weird shadow realm thingy. Maybe they only see in black and white because they could see shadows from another dimension. I don't know.
yeah, they probably do. I mean, they whoever they are say that they can see things, right? They see other fucking. I mean, they're not the only creature that can. Humans see it, but we all deny it, right? Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, you know about all this stuff. Yeah, you're fake. You're a fraud, right? We all shit on them.
Yep.
So I mean, fuck. Maybe we all have the ability to, but animals do because they don't have the same fucking. They're simpler, maybe, and they don't have all this bullshit to think of, and nobody fucking can
Dismiss what they think.
yeah, and clusterfuck their mind, I don't know. And they don't have other cats around them either, so they don't have anybody whispering in their ear because they don't understand you anyway.
They don't have groupthink.
Right, exactly. They just are. They live. So if you were born and had the ability to raise yourself, just think about what you might have been able to see, right? From an earlier age. Maybe you could see fucking ghosts and fucking spirits, but like we were saying last week, you're dumbed down from other people saying no, your invisible fucking friend is not real, right? And all this stuff is not real. Ghosts aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. You're told that from fucking age zero. Ghosts aren't real. But what if you're told they are real and you can see them? You're gonna fucking try your best, and you'll probably see them.
I know. That's one of those.
I think I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight.
I'm calling all of you at 4 a.m.
I'm gonna start telling Adina that ghosts are real.
I'm sure it'll go very well for you.
Oh, they're definitely real.
Oh, they're real.
Like,
is it ghosts or is it spirits or is it energies? That's what I mean.
Oh boy.
Energies probably.
But like, if they're Casper energy ghost things, all right, let's rock. But if they're like malevolent, like paranormal activity shit,
like real assholes,
I don't want to see that.
I mean,
yeah,
I can tell you a really fucked up ghost story.
No,
yeah,
I pass. I'll log out.
But I don't think I should.
Yeah, you don't want an asshole. I mean, I kind of do. Like, I don't know about the other guys, but
Rob, you
hopefully it's a story about an asshole ghost.
Probably heard it.
An asshole ghost story.
I don't know if you've heard it. It's not the one. It's not the one you're thinking of.
Go for it.
All right. So I'm not going to name this person, but somebody that I know as a human being and is not a fucking liar said their neighbor died. They lived in an apartment building. Okay. And now they were giving their child a bath. And the child said, "Mommy, why is our neighbor in here?" The child had no idea that the neighbor died. She saw the fucking guy in the bathroom. Okay?
Literally, the hair just stood up on the back.
Yeah, it's standing up on me right now.
Yeah, you should tell ghost stories, man.
So explain that to me.
Nick, you should tell ghost stories. You should be like that dude that just goes to like random house parties and just at the end of the night you just start telling ghost stories
and ruin everybody's night.
Someone breathing there on the back of my head as you said that.
Dude, I was like, oh man, yeah, this is good. I was like really getting into it. I'm like, yo, when'd she come out, man? When'd she scare you?
So explain that. Explain that.
Wow, man.
That's a true story. That's not a fucking fabricated story that's been passed upon the fucking years of life. That's a story told to me by a human being that all of you guys have met at some point in your life, probably. Maybe not Nick, maybe not Mike, maybe not Rob, but all of you have met this person.
Why do you think kids have that ability at such a young age? Because they're not like pushed down yet.
Yeah, they're not told they can't, or they
Yeah.
don't understand they can't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole like theory about like kids can see like ghosts and or they have this like sixth sense of like seeing that, and I don't know the reason why, but there is a whole theory about it, and that's what they think like imaginary friends are.
Yeah, and they're real.
Is that what you guys talked about last week?
We did.
We
Yeah.
did touch upon those.
So that imaginary friend is a spirit.
Could be.
Yeah.
I had imaginary friends, but they were just people I made up.
My imaginary friend was my wiener. I named him Cliff.
Wait, have any of you guys watched Supernatural, the show?
No.
What's that? Is it on A&E or some shit?
No, it's on CDW 11.
What is that? A library? You go to the library and watch TV at the fucking library? CDW? What the fuck is that?
No, Channel 11.
Chicks with Dicks World?
You go to the public library to watch TV?
What are you watching? Chick Dick World?
You watching Chips?
It was one of the longest running shows like ever. It had like 16 seasons and 22 episodes.
All right, Simpsons, bro.
I've heard of it. I never watched it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna go into that. Nick's just bashing me now for.
Do they have one of those announcers like in the show? Like, remember that creepy guy from Unsolved Mysteries?
Oh God, the creepiest stuff. Don't even get me started on that.
Nick, that'd be your job, Nick. You could be like that guy on the next Unsolved Mysteries.
Have you
seen the neighbor in the bathroom?
Dude, that guy.
But the neighbor died 5 years ago.
I hate that guy.
Freak.
He was so scary. His voice, man.
Yeah,
if
he
you
was
have
fucking.
any information on blah 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 blah. Used to get the chills all the time.
Yeah, all the time. He was so good at that, man. Imagine being like at home in like real life. Like imagine being his wife or some shit, and he have to hear that kind of shit all night.
Right.
He must fucking went nuts. The guy, she's like, "What do you want for dinner, hon?" Well, on this night in 1942, I ate carrots.
I'd like to eat them again today.
I want to eat carrots one more time. That guy was fucking crazy, man. But I used to love that show. I couldn't get enough of it, man. I watch every week.
I think it's on something on some.
It's on Netflix now.
Is it?
But but not the same guy though. It doesn't. It's not the same.
It's not the original.
I think they have the original on there, but it's new. Like it's updated. It's like more recent. So I think I don't know who the announcer and new guy is. I don't know.
Can we talk about something fun for the last fucking couple of minutes? Because now we're just talking about scary shit.
No more ghost stories.
Give me 30 seconds to explain why I brought up Supernatural and then switch. So no, the whole show like follows all supernatural creatures from all different backgrounds, countries, lores, religions, everything. Follows two brothers who like fight them and get involved with all of it. But a lot of it they do like they have like the storyline episode, one episode, and then the other episodes like they do random cases. So they search up like issues that happen to normal people that people can't explain. A lot of them have to deal with ghosts, and about the theory in that is that ghosts are connected to our world because they died cruelly or unhappily, and they have like unfinished business, and they can't untether themselves from the world. And that they have to be separated.
That's crazy.
Sounds awful.
Sounds real.
Wait, wasn't there a show with Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yes.
About Ghost
Whisperer.
Sounds way better already.
Wait, what was it?
Ghost Whisperer got canceled
Ghost
after like
Whisperer.
3
And she would have to figure out the reason why they were like
approaching her and like upset or
and why they were like not like yeah.
I mean, why do we think that they approached Jennifer Love Hewitt, guys?
I have two reasons.
Our tits are blue.
Ooh, thank God we trashing out to the fucking the dark episode, man. We should have saved this episode for Halloween.
Yeah, for real.
No, then we got to look up all different types of Halloween cultures.
Oh, that'll be a good episode.
Yeah.
Yo,
People do a lot of crazy shit for that, man. For Halloween.
just to go back to like the whole ghost thing, like I definitely think there is something with after people die that like the spirits or energies of whatever it is around.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kind of believe there is something about it. Like, and I have several different things I've heard. You know, something's personally happened to me, and I know there's other things, and I've heard other things about after someone dies, and then
All real.
within like a few days, something has happened. So there's definitely something. There's definitely some kind of energy, or there's something. You know, people have some kind of energy. There's that
Right.
shit is real. It might not be ghosts, but there's something about that is real, and I definitely believe that shit.
What has
Well,
happened?
we
You
said on the
can you tell
podcast
us
last.
what happened or no? Do you want to tell us what happened or no?
What, to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my father passed away in 2008, and I think it was a few days after the funeral, and I was home by myself, whatever for whatever reason, and I'm downstairs in the living room, and I hear his alarm going off in his bedroom. So I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, whatever. So I'm just sitting there watching TV and I don't think anything of it. And it's going on now. Now half an hour goes by. I'm like, let me go shut off this damn alarm. And I know it's been shut off. I know no one ever has turned it on. So I run upstairs, I go into the bedroom, and the alarm is off.
Shit.
And it was 100% his alarm because his alarm was different from my mom's.
Mhm.
And so as I got up there, it was off. And I was just like, what the fuck? And it's just like it's just like one of those weird things. Like why would that happen? Like I heard it 100%. It was
Right.
going off.
Yeah.
And I got up there and it stopped.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
called
it's not
it's
the
called comfort signs.
weirdest thing in the world, but like it
A lot of
happened.
people get them. A lot of people get stories like that. It always
Right,
happens. It's
right,
always
exactly.
consistently.
That's my point.
I don't think I ever heard it not happen to somebody.
Yeah.
But just
When
pay
my
attention to the signs. That's all it is, you know.
when
Yeah.
my grandfather died, we called him the Hawk, right? We're going from the funeral in the morning to the cemetery. We got stopped in traffic, and I looked up from the window and I see a hawk sitting on a fucking tree, right? As soon as we pulled off, he fucking flew away. Right? So like things like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't just stop right there and you look up and you see a hawk and it fucking flies away when you start driving away, you know? I mean, you hear multiple stories like that, man. It's real. It's fucking real, man. And I don't know, you want to deny it as much, like people say, like, oh, when you die, you die and you're gone. Like, why? That doesn't
I
make
don't
any
believe
sense.
that.
Why you would be? Why would you? If you have fucking energy and they say energy doesn't fucking die,
Doesn't
you
make
know?
any sense. It's like what we were talked about on the podcast last week, like somebody up there controlling us, and
Yeah.
we're just like the toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the mechanics like behind it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I kind of believe that.
Bye.
Anybody? Hello? Did we scare you off? Did we scare all the listeners?
Nick doesn't want to talk anymore. I know, Nick, you didn't want to talk about all these touchy subjects. I'm sorry, buddy.
Nobody's
I-
gonna sleep at night now.
I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm having fucking nightmares, that's for sure. But no, like I think I told both of you guys, probably not Trainer, but I used to have still have recurring dreams about my dad too. For all the listeners, Rob's dad's my dad.
Because you're brothers and you established that already.
I might not remember, right?
You're not stepbrothers, even
Right.
though that'd be hilarious. Just like the movie.
This is a house.
But yeah, no, I
of
used to have
doctors.
it's not- I don't have it very often anymore, but for years, like recurring, like more than once a week, I used to have a dream that I would wake up to go to school, and that my dad would be in the hallway, like getting ready for work, and like my door would be open, and I always close my door at night. and like he always used to go to work at like 5 a.m. So it was way before I ever go to school. And I would always wake up, the door would be open, the light would be on in the hallway, and I'd look at the clock. It was always like 5 a.m. And he'd be in there, and I always go, "Dad, what are you doing?" He's like, "Getting for work." He's like, It's too early for you to be up for school. Go back to sleep." And I just keep walking down the hall and like, "No, like you can't go to work. Like, what do you mean you're going to work?" He's like, "You're so silly. Like, go to sleep." And as soon as I turned the corner to look into the bathroom, I would wake up.
I just have a question, Nick, because I don't think you actually ever told me. Did you know in the dream that he was dead, or like I
Yeah.
had those dreams all the time too?
Yeah.
Like no, seriously, like I've had dreams like where he'll come in and he's like oh, we gotta go do this. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Like I swear to God, I have the and you're right, not so much anymore, but I used to have a lot of them.
Dude,
Oh,
all
yeah.
your energies are connected to your dad. You know that, right? Would having like the same kind of dreams like
Yeah,
that.
I guess kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
used to have the same types of dreams. Like he would come in and like he would be like in his work clothes, and I'm like, and it would always be like, why are you here? Like, what do you mean? Why am I here? And it's like I know that he shouldn't be there, and he has no idea.
Exactly. 100%.
And I've had dozens of dreams like that.
Yeah. And let's just put it this way. I'm not going to describe it in detail. I would make it around the corner, and it was not pretty because it wasn't him. It was
Okay.
related. And let's just leave it at that. So it's nightmares too. It's nightmares and dreams.
No, well, like actually, your dad came to me in one of my dreams. He was like, "My sons are conspiring against you in fantasy football." And I'm like, "You're right." Like I know that. Like I'm like, I'm gonna definitely stay out of the league next time. He's like, "Nah, you'll get back in.
Yo,
They'll pull
Mike,
you back in."
like
They
you would have
beat me
loved
in the
our
playoffs
dad because
every year.
he was the biggest Giants fan.
Ever.
Oh, smart, you know.
When they won in 2007, they beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
Ooh.
You guys,
And
then
they
you
beat the
guys,
Packers, which
damn
is
right.
Bill's favorite team. So
Yep.
when they won, he played every night at dinner. We are the champions. This guy, I don't know
Nice.
how he made the CD. I think he told you to make it. Well, that's
Yeah, that would be me.
but I don't even know how he knew like the mate. Like he's like, I want one song on a CD. We are the champions, and then he played it every night when we sat down to have dinner.
He's
And
better
you-
than me. I would have kicked you guys out the house.
No, he didn't want to kick us out of the house at the time. It was the
Yeah.
only time he wanted us in the house. He wanted to soak in our misery.
Want to rub it in, man. What a great season that was, man. Whew.
Dude,
God. I'm a Giants fan, man. It's never too late. Just
That's
like
what-
Bitcoin.
I'll never forgive Jared Bush. Ever.
Yeah. Jared Bush.
Picks up the fumble, runs the other way, and gets re-stripped, and we lose the game. Oh, okay.
Against the Giants.
Yeah, against the Giants in the playoffs. That's why I hated him so much. You know that.
I don't remember the reason. I just know you hated him.
Oh, well, he also wasn't good, but that's a different problem.
Memories.
Hey, cheers to all of them up there, huh?
All of them.
I think we hit the end of the cast. What do you think?
Salute. Yes.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week.
See you next time. The Mix It Up podcast.
The cat in the box.